So, with these theorists and with the story that I chose, The Yellow Wallpaper, I feel like they all relate with one another because each of their theories can be applied in so many different ways with the story. And I feel like, I don't know, you work them all together, you kind of get the same outcome, but with different perspectives. So, the last theorist that I've chosen to apply to this text, and also I think fits great with the storyline and the time era, would be Davis and his theory kind of revolving around the normalcies. I mean, you go back to the 1800s, like the late 1800s, early 1900s, you look at the normalcies that society has created. You look back in time, in the story and outside of it too. So we're talking, we're boom, boom, boom. We're talking about Jane, the narrator in the story, and then we're talking about the author as well, Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And if you look back then at the normalcies around that time, like, it wasn't normal for a woman to be out working or out being single. Like, the norm was to be married and to have everything kind of figured out. So if you apply Davis to that, you can see where society has this idea of what was normal at the time, and a woman having her voice or going outside the house writing, it literally, I don't know, it wasn't normal around the time. And I think applying Davis to this is extremely important, because if you don't, then it just stays that way. If you kind of go against what society thought was normal, it counters everything. And I think he's very interesting to apply to the story, because when you read in the story and you see what's going on, you see that John's out of the house all day, every day, and Jane is just waiting for him to come back, and she gets anxious and she's writing, but then when he comes home, like, she greets him and all, but she has to quit her writing. And I think it was pretty early in the story, it was on page 9, Jane's writing, but she has to end it quickly because she speaks about how he's coming home, and she says, John hates me writing. Because, I don't know, I thought that was very interesting. I thought it was a very good story to read, and yeah.